Everyone has a story. Some inspire, some heal, and some changes lives. Welcome to Narrate, where stories find a voice. Narrate is more than just a platform. It's a movement, a space where real, raw, and inspiring stories are shared. We give voices to experiences that need to be heard.
And because we believe stories connect us, they help us learn, they bring us together, whether it's about struggle, victories, love, lessons, or even faith. Your story matters.
So, do you have a story to share?
Join us, be heard, be inspired, be part of Narrate. Welcome, my name is Gabriel Wando. So karibu sana. Tell us, who are you? Introduce yourself.
My name is Emmanuel Kobia. Emmanuel is a young man aspiring leadership fields. And who is Emmanuel? Emmanuel is raised in a very humble and from the grassroots of Meru County. I hail from ward known as Mudhara in Chiganisi sub-county, Meru County, of course in the eastern region.
Yeah. So, you have mentioned something to do with Meru County, where you come from, and now tell us about your maybe primary school education, where you went to school, and the experiences in primary school. Yeah, and maybe they have contributed to anything to do with how you are.
I started my primary education, that basic education, in just a public primary school called Gudero Primary School in the same sub-county. And in my primary school, I engaged in many activities such as athletics and more so music. That's where my passion lies, in music. And that's where I started growing my courage and my leadership skills. And in my primary, I was a class prefect since class 3 up to class 7 when I became the school head captain. And then from there now I did my KCSE. I joined primary on 209. Yeah, that's when I joined nursery school. And fortunately enough, I went to just one class in nursery school. So I spent 9 years in primary school and then did my KCPA in 2017.
Thank you. 2009, I was in class 3. I'm proud. So what's this special? There's something in your primary school you remember? There is an experience that you underwent by the time you were in primary school, and maybe there is a certain memory that you never wish to forget. Maybe one, you have it.
The experience in primary, I think I got engaged in, while I was in class 8, I got engaged in a crossroads with the school administration because I was the captain. So it happened that the admin was just trying to intimidate us in a way because they thought that juu tunamaliza shule tunataka kuwatishia ama tunajifanya sasa juu sisi tumekuwa wakubwa, we are big boys. And I influenced my class members, the boys now. We were around 17 boys in the class out of that 9. And 3 weeks before KCPE, tulikosana na the teacher and akataka kutuchapa bure. So what I did, we left the school anyhow without notice of anybody. And we disappeared. We went to a nearby hill, which is somewhere bushy, and we stayed there for 2 days. Unatoka asubuhi unaambia mzazi umeenda shule, alafu unafika wewe bado unaenda shule unaenda kwa msitu. So we stayed for 1.5 weeks. Then ndo head teacher alitumana akaona atushtuki, akasema hao vijana waitwe warudi shule. The aftermath was just mere punishment we tilt the school land for a whole day.
There is something funny with how it comes that a standard 8 student, a kid, or actually it's a kid, amekuwa mwanaume mkubwa sana atishia walimu primary school. But anyway, sorry, that was all about your primary school. Then there is this transition now, coming out of standard 8, you have done the KCPE and now you are moving on to high school. How was that transition? How did you feel that now nilikuwa kijana mkubwa kule primary school and then now I'm going to high school mono, you are going to be called mono, and then yet back to your primary school ulikuwa mwanaume mkubwa, then you are going to become a mono. How was that transition?
I just after my KCPE I was just an average student, if I may say so.
Yes.
I scored 306 marks in my KCPE,
and that's good.
And I joined just a local mixed day school, the same just around I think 1.5 kilometers from the primary school and from home, because from home and the primary school are just near, and even the day school was there. So I used to walk from morning. I used to walk in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah.
My transition to high school was very, very simple and smooth, because I had already told myself what I want in life, and despite of having some of those average or high marks and joining at just a mere day school, somehow when I went for the head teacher to sign for me the admission letter from the day school, he told me some words up to date, sijawahi sahau. He told me, so you are pretending you are a big man, now you scored just in these marks and now you are going to a mere secondary school. And I didn't reply. So I joined in 2018 as a Form 1 mono, and mimi sikuwa na low self-esteem. I used to engage with many people who are ahead of me. The same school I had my sister. She was in Form 4 when I was in Form 1, so I made friends through him. Hiyo unaona tu anaambia mtu huyu ni brother yangu hivyo. So with my high self-esteem I just maneuvered, and the very, very first day I became the class prefect, and that's where now my journey started up to Form 3. Then now I was vetted by the teachers to become the dining hall captain. And I was not to become the dining hall captain. Actually, that was the view of the principal and the deputy principal, because in many of the prefect meetings I was the one who was chairing, and when I could talk even in the assembly, and students were like, this man should become the captain. And even the campaigns that we did, though they hazikuangi zinakuwa considered, zinakuanga tu za kuchanganya watu na kuonyesha kuna democracy, lakini hakuna. Wanafunzi wengi walikuwa wameniaka nikuwe captain, but due to my influence and a lot of influence ile tulikuwa nayo primary band.
So in short, the administration were worried about how you will be the student.
They were worried. Actually, I could influence the students. We do something which would lead to maybe a strike or anything of the sort.
And now in primary school you become a prefect in class 3, right? And then in high school, immediately after you enter the school, and then you are selected to another student leader prefect again. If you try to think between primary school and high school, there is the leadership. There is one which motivated you more, give you more experience, and maybe the grounds were open for you to explore, know more about leadership. Which one gave you the fields to maneuver more in terms of leadership?
So in terms of leadership, I think hiyo ya shule ya primary haikuwa more influential cause haikunisaidia sana but ndio ili sasa hiyo courage na hiyo boldness ya kuongea maybe mbele ya watu. And I think I could mention this my courage yote it's based from the Sunday school. That's where I started. I became the chairperson. In Catholic we have the levels from the prayers up to the diocese, and I was the chairman of the PMC at the deanery level when I was in class 4. That is 2013. In class 4, I used to address parish units, masses, articulating maybe the needs for the PMC children, and that is where now kutoka hapo sasa nikaingia hiyo ya primary, so courage yangu ili grow kitambo. Then now ukikuja kwa kama ni kwa leadership hii ya high school, it needed a lot of maybe critical thinking and needed a lot of involvement and decision making. You need to be smart in making decisions, and that's where I could decide, like I could go and tell the principal the phone today is not okay, so for the betterment of these people you go and serve being the first na usimame hapo kwa line ukikula. The principal could do that, and after that now she could address the issue now in the assembly the following day and say sorry to the students.
That's wonderful. And maybe what was the name of your principal? That was a good
principal
thing.
My high school principal called Harriet Monyo. Now she's the principal the Mekidori Girls. Wow. Sasa imechange jina, imetoa Our Lady of Maria, something of the sort.
So maybe it means that you had a good relationship between your principal. Yeah, you had that relationship.
Yeah.
And maybe did you learn anything from her, which maybe today it keeps encouraging you to do your leadership, maybe your life, anything? I can attest that she was a good lady from what you have just said.
Yeah. Sincerely speaking, Madam Harriet, she knew what I could do and what I could not do. She could call me in her office and talk. Tunakunywa ile chai yake. You see that now, pride umeitwa na principal. Mnakaa na yeye mnakunywa ile chai ya staff, alafu umezoea tu unji sana ya white. So she nurtured me a lot. Actually, she was like a mother, because the way she was addressing me and the other students, alikuwa tu anakaa tu mama yako ukifika shule. She was good until ukimcross ndo sasa alikuwa mbaya.
Yes, mwalimu ni askari tu. Yeah. So maybe most of people, most of us, when we are done with high school, tutakai kujua, like tunakuanga hata track relationship na walimu, and maybe hata tunapatana na wao tunataka kuonyesha sahihi ile time ulikuwa unanichapa. And hata watu wengi sana sahihi sijui kama uko na namba za walimu wenye ulikuwa unasoma na wao high school, like walikuwa wanafunza high school, namba za simu kona za wangapi? Wachache maybe. Yeah, so maybe I'm so specific categorical kwa principal. So anajua your life ni maybe ulienda ukajoin university, maybe you are a leader there, you are inspiring more. Does she know?
Okay, since I left, we don't have any close relationship, that close. But I remember last year, she brought a student here at Muranga, and the first person she called is me.
So she knows you are here.
And she knows that I'm around. And bearing that in mind, kuna ile tunaongeanga na yeye hata kuchukua na function ya church maybe, tukiwa na kitu. I usually call her and she is very supportive. That's why I like by the way, amenacha sana nikiwa high school course. Niliingianga kwanza high school nikiwa na primary nilikuwa nimeshakuwa mzee sana. Just high school nikapata mambo ni different background, so I became very humble, nikakuwa mtoto. Then now culture now, alafu sasa umeingia sasa high school. Nimeingia high school kama sikatairiwa for the first term. So kuna hiyo sasa nilikuwa najaribu kunini, like singe confront au unajua those circumcised boys, atungeongea na wao mambo. So even when I was a class prefect, kulikuwa na ile fear sana, naogopa
The
wazee
respect, yeah.
na respect hao, but yenye kuna it happened, kuna msichana fulani tuliongea na yeye tuka crossiana kidogo, and to my surprise, what happened, the principal defended me because I was, and the girl was just insulting me because of writing a boyfriend in the class noise because
so alikuwa anatetea
boyfriend yake, so
form 1.
That's
interesting. Yeah.
So before to talk hapo kwa high school, I finished my high school in 2022 in March. You remember about the corona, so the first one student at 2021 mwezi wa 4, sisi tukafanya 2022 mwezi wa 3. I went back to school. So I transferred to another school. I went to a county school at Kiambu, Githunguri, called Komugai Boys High School, and I stayed there for 7 months up to the day that I failed my. So I did 2 KCSE in 1 year.
And why did you decide to go back?
Of course, the performance was not what I was expecting.
Okay.
I am not failed, but kuna ile feeling nilikuwa na feel saa nimepata grade ya kwenda campus. Itanisaidia aje? Naenda kufanya course gani? Actually kwa hesabu ndio ilinyoa kabisa. I couldn't even do teaching with my mathematics performance the first time.
Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram for more exciting episodes. And remember, your story matters.